Ladies and gentlemen, did you know that every single month, even if there's pandemics, invasions, and hurricanes, I do a fundraiser to keep THORnews up and running. So if you'd like to contribute, I only have $593 left to raise. You can make a contribution through snail mail, PayPal, Venmo, CashApp, or Patron. If you're interested, okie dokie. You got the Neptune-Jupiter conjunction in 2 days, and then Mars will go into Pisces, leaving Saturn all alone in Aquarius, and Mars will join Venus, Neptune, and Jupiter. And so this is going to be a giant energetic shift over the next 4 days, in my opinion. There was just a first of 2 rounds of elections in France. I know if you're in America, I don't know if you guys know, there are like 195 to 210 other countries in the world. And there's been a lot of shit going down in Europe. And so they had a vote. I think Macron got 28%. Le Pen got 24%. But it appears Macron, who won last time, appears to have a slightly bigger gap ahead of his rival than 5 years ago. And yesterday at Donald Trump's rally, he endorsed Oz. And earlier, Putin endorsed Le Pen, although it does appear Le Pen's going to lose. Pakistan just ousted their prime minister because they said he was doing shitty on the virus and shitty on the economy. The main war general for Russia and the invasion of Ukraine was replaced today, but Ukraine's commander-in-chief of the armed forces still has his job. And what is going on in China with some of their cities, including Shanghai, is just sort of mind-blowing to watch. Eric Fiegelding, but there are reports Shanghai government may be relaxing the seal you in to your apartment or home approach after pushback. Shanghai's been in lockdown for 23 days. Like, don't leave your house, can't leave your house. Have robots flying around and rolling around telling you don't leave your house. And don't sing songs or dream of freedom. True story, bro. Shit has been weird, but the Shanghai government changes have been so rapid, it's hard to keep up with them. Here in Bremer shows us Shanghai subway ridership. And if you'll notice, pretty much China got hit with their waves about the same time every time. Although in 2020, they got hit hard. And in 2021, they handled it way better. And then in 2022, shit is super foobar fucked up beyond all recognition. Wild with what's going on. And the United States of America still has tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and way more free speech than China or Russia. Although there are tons of people in the United States of America who make their money saying that we don't have any free speech in the United States or America. But elsewhere in the city of Shanghai, there are scenes of looting and mobs attacking food shipments too. There are many other small protest videos, but you get the idea. It's not everywhere, but it's happening often. There are like food riots happening in Shanghai and I believe other cities in parts of China. And so I got to say, honestly, in 2020 and 2021 and 2022, the United States of America has done a great job keeping the food supply chain going. While Shanghai COVID cases keep rising and food supply problems are persisting in China right now. And, you know, who knows what has happened in Russia with the virus and how they've handled it. You know, it's hard to trust any news coming out of there. David is a legit and trustworthy source on the ground in Shanghai, says Naomi Wu, the real sexy cyborg. Here, David Fishman, second bag of food from the sub-district arrived at midnight. They were shouting in the WeChat group for volunteers to help unload. Today is revealed we may have a case in the building, and they knew, but they had us assemble and provided volunteers with no PPE. Cold fury in the group. And that sounds like an action movie, Cold Fury. But yeah, right now, There's major issues happening in one of the largest cities in China. There was a super spreader outbreak at the White House Iron Grid party they had. And then just now, the New York City mayor, Eric Adams, has tested positive for the COVID-19. And remember, there was like the first year in 2020 had like 40% of people saying that it was a hoax or no worse than the flu. Obviously, that's not true. And over the last 2 years plus, the country that's been hit the hardest is Peru, with 6,289 deaths per million population. Russia and America are more towards the middle, where USA has 3,000 deaths per million. And I think Russia came in at like 2,500 somewhere, if my memory serves me correct. Where did it go? Right here. So, it's been a major problem, and now, and it still hasn't gone away. So it's always seems to be exploding and causing some region a major problem, like whack-a-mole. And so it's like, in my opinion, you got to time out when it's really bad in your area. It's best to kind of curtail your activities and the amount of strangers you want to look at and talk to straight in the face. Everybody's handling it in their own way, and everybody can believe whatever they want. This is just a major problem. And I still can't believe Russia invaded Ukraine during the pandemic, when you got global supply chain issues and shit, regardless, without all the clusterfuckery. And if reading the data, in some places the deaths don't seem to be that bad, and in some places it seems horrible. Hong Kong and South Korea have been having major issues. And so while there are food riots in Shanghai, China's largest and wealthiest city under COVID lockdown, that's why I got to say that, like, I don't know, the fact that I'm very glad that America, we at least avoided food riots over the last 2.5 years. But this is, like I said, this is food riots in Shanghai, where, there's an old saying, like, an army won't march on an empty stomach. That, like, when people get hungry, people get really rebellious. And, there are videos of people in Shanghai, like, at night, screaming for food and freedom. And so, I hope cooler heads will prevail, and that we will get everybody working together on some level. But, shit is definitely going to continue to be super duper major, crazy 2022 style. All right, I am your planetary defense commander, your friendly neighborhood Star-Lord New Thor 7 the T, wishing everyone peace, prosperity, a good spring, a happy Easter, and hopefully better days ahead for all of us, that we can work together and kick off the best roaring 20s this planet's ever seen. All right, God bless everyone. Have a great day. Stay cool. Pray for peace, please. Thank you.